History rewritten in New Mumbai, where India awakens to a new dawn. In their 50th year playing women's internationals, a journey traversed by hundreds of cricketers who've overcome thousands of barriers, they arrive at the promised land. India are champions of the world for the first time. They beat South Africa to win the ICC Women's ODI World Cup 2025. Veda Krishnamurthy, congratulations. This is a
Thank you.
victory savored by 1.4 billion, delivered by 16, but which belongs to all the 174 who have represented India and dreamt this dream as one of those 174. What does this moment mean to you?
Oh, see, this moment is something that we've been wanting for a really long time, and I'm definitely speechless. I'm not someone who can express my emotions very nicely or very easily, but it still gives me that goosebumps. Even now, it's not sunk in. I'm so excited. I'm so happy, and I cannot wait to what is going to happen tomorrow, because I'm only looking forward to. How things are going to happen, how things are going to work from tomorrow onwards. But I know for sure this is something which is huge. This is a dream that, like you said, all 174 have had to get to that World Cup. A dream that everyone we're talking about. And today, my question or my point of view on this is dream. What dream? We're living in it.
Absolutely. A watershed moment, one that will be regaled for all of time. On the night, India had two distinct heroes with such contrasting tales of their own. Let's start with Shafali Verma. Not part of the squad 1 week ago, in a World Cup final, delivers her highest ever ODI score, and then rolls her arm over as well.
Yeah, I think, see, I've always been someone who believes in destiny. It's meant to happen. It will find way, and the will that Shefali had. And there's also another say: if there's a will, there's a way. So you kind of find it at some point. And the will that she had from the last 1 year to get back into that one-day setup was something which was so good to watch, because she was working hard. She was batting well. She was scoring a lot of runs. It was not like just one odd runs that she was scoring. The consistency, which was a big question mark in her one day career, that was something that she answered everyone, and waiting for just an opportunity to showcase that. It's come in an unfortunate way with Pratika getting injured, not an ideal way that you would want, but everyone from day one felt that Shafali should have been part of this World Cup squad, and eventually she came in and making an impact in the final, being the player of the final, and the X factor that we were talking about. This is the X factor that we needed to lift the cup.
Yeah, a happy headache for the selectors incoming whenever the next
Well, not my job.
Shafali Verma, the youngest half centurion in a women's ODI World Cup final. For a brief moment, she held the distinction of being the first woman with a 50 and a 2 wicket haul in a women's ODI World Cup final until Deepti Sharma.
Yeah.
Because it's important to note how South Africa were managing the chase as well. When they enter the last 9, needing 79 with a set Wolfart and Tryon and de Klerk, who we all remember what she'd
Yeah.
done at Vizag. The game was in the balance, and then Deepti Sharma, who's already scored a half century on the night, takes all those 3 wickets.
Yeah, that's how important Deepthi has been for this squad for a really long time. I think it's been 11 years since she's debuted, and she comes in every situation. One thing that I really like about Deepthi is the awareness that she has, be it game awareness, be it self awareness. She exactly knows what needs to be done, and 9 out of 10 times she kind of manages to deliver, and that is why she's been such a crucial part in this setup. And she's still young, so I'm looking at her playing a lot more, probably winning another World Cup, a couple of T20 World Cups, hand on an eye. And then when you are finishing your career, she's definitely going to be that one player who's probably picked up 300, 400 wickets, or, closes in around 5,000, 6,000 runs.
Yeah, she closes this night as the first player, male or female, to score a 50 and take a fifer in any World Cup final. Well done, Deepti Sharma. The heart does go out for South Africa for the kind of campaign they've had, 69 all out, to turn things around, to beat England the way they did in the semis, and just that one step left.
Yeah, I mean, first time that they qualified for the finals. They're one of the nicest teams. I've always said that. I really like that bunch. The vibe of the group is very good. The way they go about their business is, you cannot hate them. You cannot say like, I don't like South Africa. That is how the team is, and yeah, definitely. disheartening with the efforts that especially the captain put across both the semi-finals and finals, coming in and scoring that century. But eventually, end of the day, it's about percentage when it comes to cricket. I think India had the better percentage today. Of course, they kept India in the hunt for a really long time. It was not easy. They didn't give it away. But also, I was just talking about this in the lounge when we were sitting. Not having Australia and England in the finals, it just portrays and showcases a lot of different talent that we have, and the potential that it comes, potential they have, and how we go about, because it is quite dominated by Australia and England overall in the world. If you take any franchise league, the preference they would have is from having an Australian or an English player. But this final and how the character has been shown by both the teams, I think clearly you will see a lot more player representing a lot of the teams and doing well.
Final thoughts, Veda. You were part of that team in 2017, which in itself was a ceiling shattering moment. What will this victory and this title do to Indian women's cricket?
See, the ceiling shattering, all of it, it just, I feel, is very momentary. It stays for a while, and then people always will go back and say, like, oh, guys lost by 9 runs. You probably should have done this. You probably should have done that. So there's a lot of conversation that goes around it. So even if you don't want to forget, or rather, you don't want to remember, people don't let you forget. They always, rekindle the whole aspect of it and keep, pointing at getting that emotions out. But this win kind of settles the score everywhere else. I don't think so now anybody would be any interested in talking about 17 finals making it to the finals or 2005 finals. That is long gone. So we are only talking about what is going to happen ahead. And this definitely, like we were speaking the other day, it kind of opens out the branches. It opens out the opportunities that that will be presented to not just the Indian team. Of course, they have been having a lot of resources at the beginning, but grassroots level, there's a structure that needed a lot of faith for you to continue, because you're not going to become an India player on the day you start playing cricket. There is a lot of grind. There's a lot of things. So when you're putting in efforts here, the path should be making it to the Indian team, and for that you needed that trophy. So you need to look at that trophy every time and say, I'm also going to win this for India at some point. So I think that structure is going to become, and that is what is so special about winning this trophy.
Yeah, we've all carried ghosts for long, but
Yeah.
all those ghosts are laid to rest. Thank you so much, Veda, and congratulations again for this special moment.
Thank you.
Indian cricket will always remember the 2nd of November when India were champions of the world.